Greetings, cats and kittens. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back to Libby's Lullabies. Today, I'm going to be reading A Sick Day for Amos McGee, written by Stead and illustrated by his wife, Erin. So I want you guys to sit back or lie down. Either way, enjoy the story. And if there's a story that you would like for me to read, feel free to DM me on Instagram or Facebook at Libby's Lullabies, or you can email me at libbyslullabies@gmail.com. Let's begin. Amos McGee was an early riser. Every morning when the alarm clock clanged, he swung his legs out of bed and swapped his pajamas for a fresh pressed uniform. He would wind his watch and set a pot of water to boil, saying to the sugar bowl, "A spoonful for my oatmeal, please, and 2 for my teacup." Belly full and ready for the workday, he'd amble out the door. I like that word, amble. Every day, Amos waited for the number 5 bus. "Next stop, City Zoo," the bus driver would call. 6 a.m., right on time, he'd reply. Amos had a lot to do at the zoo, but he always made time to visit his good friends. He would play chess with the elephant, who thought and thought before making a move. Run races with the tortoise, who never, ever lost. Sit quietly with the penguin, who was very shy. Lend a handkerchief to the rhinoceros, who always had a runny nose. And at sunset, read stories to the owl, who was afraid of the dark. One day, Amos awoke with the sniffles, and the sneezes, and the chills. He swung his achy legs out of bed, curled them back again, and said, I don't think I'm going to go to work today. Awful. Meanwhile, at the zoo, the animals waited for their friend. The elephant arranged his ponds and polished his castles. The tortoise stretched his legs and limbered up. The penguin sat patiently, all by himself. The rhinoceros worried that his allergies were worsening. The owl perched atop a tall stack of storybooks, scratching his head with concern. "Where is Amos?" they all wondered. Well, later that day,
my father told me trees never hurry, so don't worry how fast you grow. Yeah, you gotta take it slow. The trees already know you'll get where you need to go. Wherever you are is home.
"Hooray! My good friends are here!" The elephant prepared a game of chess. Amos thought and thought before making a move. "I'm too tired to run races today," said Amos to the tortoise. "Let's play hide and seek instead." The tortoise hid inside his shell. Amos hid beneath the covers. Amos yawned. "I could use a nap." The penguin sat quietly, keeping Amos's feet warm. Achoo! Amos awoke with a sneeze. The rhinoceros was ready with a handkerchief. I'm beginning to feel much better, thank you, said Amos to his friends. He swung his legs out of bed. Perhaps we'll share a pot of tea. Amos wound his alarm clock. It's getting late, he said. After all, we have a morning bus to catch. So Amos said good night to the elephant, and good night to the tortoise, and good night to the penguin, and good night to the rhinoceros, and good night to the owl, who, knowing that Amos was afraid of the dark, read a story aloud before turning out the light. Oh, looky there. Oh. See, my darlings, it's so good to have friends. Now, I don't know about you, but when I don't feel well, I don't want any company. I just want to be left alone and sleep. But how about you? I have friends that like my cousin Stacy. When she's sick, she'll ask me to bring her soup or some orange juice. Or my brother, if he gets sick, he wants some medicine. And I can do that, but everyone's different. What do you think? Do you want to be left alone when you don't feel well? I remember when I had the chicken pox in 4th grade, and my grandmother was a nurse. She was constantly in my room, and I was just like, Mima, leave me alone. I just want to sleep. But Mima made sure I got better. I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your day, or your evening, your week, or your weekend. And I will see you next time on Libby's Lullabies. Cheers!
My father told me trees never hurry, so don't worry how fast you grow. Yeah, you gotta take it slow. The trees already know you'll get where you need to go. Wherever you are is home. Hey, my father told me trees never hurry, so don't worry how fast you grow. Yeah, you gotta take it slow. The tree